fresh off the boat, wide-eyed and clueless. My first few weeks in America, let's just say I was like a fish out of water. Everything was new, exciting, and terrifying all at once. I remember stepping off the plane, my 2 suitcases feeling heavier than ever, my heart pounding in my chest. The air smelled different here, the sounds were unfamiliar, and everyone seemed to be speaking a mile a minute. I was a long way from home, and I knew that my life was about to change forever. One of my earliest memories is trying to order food at a diner. The menu might as well have been written in hieroglyphics. I pointed at a random picture, hoping for the best. What I got was definitely not what I expected. It turns out grits is not the same thing as porridge, no matter how similar they might look. That was just the first of many cultural misunderstandings. There were so many things that nobody tells you about moving to a new country, like how to use the public transportation system or how to understand the different currency denominations. I remember spending a good 5 minutes trying to figure out if a nickel was bigger or smaller than a dime. Spoiler alert, it's bigger. Don't ask me why. Those early days were a whirlwind of new experiences, some good, some not so good. But through it all, I was determined to make this new country my home. I was determined to succeed. Lost in translation, the accent made it worse. They say laughter is the best medicine. Well, I was getting a heavy dose of it, thanks to my accent. It wasn't just the words I was getting wrong, it was the way I was saying them. Every sentence I uttered was like a stand-up routine, except I was the only one not in on the joke. I remember once trying to ask for directions to the nearest bank. Simple enough, right? Not so much. After several attempts, each more hilarious than the last, the kind lady finally understood what I was trying to say. She pointed me in the right direction, but not before wiping away tears of laughter. I guess my pronunciation of bank sounded a lot like another, more inappropriate word. It wasn't just my accent that was causing communication breakdowns. There were so many cultural references, idioms, and slang words that I had no clue about. People would say things like, piece of cake or break a leg, and I'd be left wondering if I'd accidentally walked into an episode of Stranger Things. The language barrier was definitely a challenge, but it was also an opportunity. It forced me to pay closer attention, to listen more carefully, and to learn faster. And hey, at least I was giving people a good laugh along the way. Culture shock, a comedy of errors. Moving to a new country is like stepping into a parallel universe. Everything is familiar, yet strangely different. The food, the customs, the social norms, it's a whole new ball game. And let's just say I was striking out. Take personal space, for example. Back home, standing close to someone while talking was a sign of respect, of engagement. Here it was like invading someone's personal bubble. I learned that the hard way when I tried to have a friendly chat with a guy in line at the grocery store. He practically jumped out of his skin. Then there was the whole tipping culture. I mean, why pay extra for something you're already paying for? It took me a while to understand that tipping wasn't just about rewarding good service. It was about ensuring that people who worked in certain industries earned a living wage. From the way people greeted each other to the way they celebrated holidays, every day was a crash course in American culture. It was overwhelming at times, but it was also incredibly enriching. I was learning so much about a new way of life, and about myself in the process. Jobs, 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 or the lack thereof. Finding a job in a new country is like trying to win the lottery. It's not just about having the right skills and experience, it's about having the right connections, the right paperwork, and sometimes even the right passport. I remember sending out dozens of resumes every day, only to receive a handful of responses, most of which were rejections. My qualifications didn't seem to matter as much as my lack of local experience. It was frustrating to say the least. I took whatever odd jobs I could find, working as a dishwasher, a delivery guy, even a mascot for a local pizza place. The pay wasn't great, and the work was often physically demanding, but I was grateful for the opportunity to earn a living and to build a new life for myself. It took time, but I eventually landed a job in my field. It wasn't easy, but it was worth the struggle. And through it all, I learned the true meaning of perseverance and the importance of never giving up on your dreams. One of the things I missed most about home was the food. Sure, America had plenty of culinary delights to offer, but nothing could quite replicate the flavors I grew up with. That's when I met Maria. Maria was an immigrant from El Salvador who ran a small empanada stand in my neighborhood. Her empanadas were legendary, each bite a delicious explosion of flavor that transported me right back to my grandmother's kitchen. But more than just her food, it was Maria's story that resonated with me. Maria had come to America with nothing but a dream and a recipe book passed down from her abuela. She worked tirelessly day and night to build her business from the ground up. She faced countless obstacles, from language barriers to cultural differences to bureaucratic red tape. But she never gave up. Maria's empanada stand wasn't just a business. It was a testament to the resilience and entrepreneurial spirit of immigrants. It was a reminder that with hard work, determination, and a little bit of spice, anything is possible. Section 6. The immigrant spirit. We don't break, we bend and adapt. Immigrants are like bamboo trees. We bend in the wind, we sway with the storms, but we never break. We are survivors. We are adapters. We are masters of reinvention. We leave behind everything we know and love to start anew in a foreign land. We learn new languages, we navigate unfamiliar customs, we embrace different cultures, we work hard, we persevere, we never give up on our dreams. We contribute to our communities, we enrich the fabric of society, we make our voices heard. The immigrant experience is not without its challenges, but it is also filled with resilience, determination, and an unwavering belief in a brighter future. We are proof that diversity is strength, that adversity breeds innovation, and that the human spirit knows no bounds. Section 7. Building bridges, not walls. A call for empathy. It's easy to judge, to stereotype, to fear what we don't understand. But empathy requires us to look beyond the surface, to walk a mile in another person's shoes, to see the world through their eyes. Every immigrant has a story to tell, a journey filled with challenges, triumphs, and everything in between. These stories deserve to be heard, these journeys deserve to be understood, these lives deserve to be valued. When we build walls, we divide ourselves. When we build bridges, we connect with one another. Let's choose empathy over apathy, understanding over ignorance, and compassion over indifference. Let's build bridges, not walls. Section 8. Let's talk about it. Sharing stories, building understanding. The first step towards empathy is understanding, and the best way to understand is to listen. Listen to the stories of immigrants, to their experiences, to their struggles and triumphs. Start a conversation with an immigrant you know. Ask them about their journey, about their culture, about their hopes and dreams. You might be surprised by what you learn, by the connections you make, by the common ground you discover. Share your own story too. Tell them about your family history, about your cultural heritage, about what makes you, you. Sharing stories is a powerful way to break down barriers, to foster understanding, and to build bridges of empathy. Section 9. The beauty of diversity. A tapestry woven with threads from around the world. Imagine a world without different cultures, without diverse perspectives, without a kaleidoscope of languages, traditions, and experiences. It would be a bland, monotonous world, devoid of the richness and vibrancy that makes life so beautiful. Immigration is not a threat, it's a tapestry. Each thread, each color, each pattern represents a different culture, a different story, a different perspective. Together they create a beautiful, intricate masterpiece that celebrates the diversity of the human experience. Let's embrace our differences, let's celebrate our shared humanity, let's create a world where everyone feels welcome, respected, and valued. Let's build a world that honors the beauty of diversity in all its forms.